They say there's two seasons. There's baseball season and waiting for baseball season. Baseball is finally back. Happy opening night, everybody. Alongside Chris Young and Matt Nimberg. And welcome, everybody. Kevin Kiermaier's in the building.
Welcome in.
2015 Platinum Glove Award winner, a four-time Gold Glove Award winner, and finally the bosses are listening to me. I've been saying all along, more former Blue Jays, okay? And if you're a former Blue Jay, you have a spot here at the table always. Rays, Dodgers, he's a former Blue Jay. It's good to have Kevin along for the ride. We have a sizzle reel, by the way. Some of Kevin's greatest catches. You're going to see a great demo, him and CY later in 42. That's coming up later on the show. Let's kick it off, though. It is the Yankees and the Giants. Opening night was on Netflix, something new, and to new beginnings we go. It was obviously fun to see baseball back in action. Opening night at Oracle Park. Tony V managing for the first time in the majors, taking on Aaron Judge, looking for his third straight American League MVP. Top
nice intros right there.
They were fired up.
Yeah.
Logan Webb's in the mound, 2 out for Jose Caballero. And Caballero, a double to left, Stanton scores.
Coming out, having the opportunity. He's going to be the shortstop right now. As Volpe's out, Caballero stepping up early for the squad.
The next batter's Ryan McMahon. A base hit up the middle past Luis Arraez. Yankees up 3-0. Jazz Chisholm and Caballero score there.
Leader up the middle right there. Those are always good to start the season. 2
batters later, Kevin. Trent Grisham up. Runners in first and second. Smoking a fly ball. 2 triples alley.
And this was all a 10-pitch span. Giancarlo led off the inning with 1 out with a single. And 10 pitches later right here, you score 5 runs. The Yankees got to him early, did damage in the second, got that 5-run cushion.
McMahon and Austin Wells scoring Grisham's first triple of the season. Top throw of Caballero challenges it. The first ever ABS review in baseball history. And after review, the call in the field is confirmed.
Oh, we learned a lot. To challenge an 0-0 pitch right there and be wrong, that is tough energy walking back into the dugout.
Jose Caballero forever a part of baseball history.
Absolutely.
ABS, there it is. You get to 2, down to 1. Top of the 5th. Yankees still up 5-0. It'll be Stanton up, runners in the corners. A line drive single to center. Cody Bellinger scores. Yankees up 6-0.
Quote of the night for Hunter Pence. He can't open a bag of chips, but he can still hit.
And Max Fried was on point in his 4th career opening dart. And this guy was fantastic. Kevin did not allow a run in his season debut.
He was amazing. I said he had every pitch working for him, limited the hard contact, and the balls that were hit hard were all outs. So that's what elite starters do.
And there's the final out of this one as the Yankees pitching a shutout. Camilo Duvall in, facing Schmidt, and about Schmidt. The Yankees win the opener 7-0. Fried was fantastic. 6 innings, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, just 2 hits, no runs on a very efficient and economical 82 pitches. Logan Webb, who some people are calling to win a Cy Young, he's always been in the mix for one. 6 earned. He was roughed up, 9 hits over 5 innings of work. Yankees win this one easily. 7-0 is your final. So the first surprise here is this, CY. Logan Webb, again, he's a guy very durable. You know he's going to be strong throughout the season. But roughed up in this one. Clearly the Yankees had a game plan.
The Yankees had a game plan, and they showed their game plan early. Logan Webb is has one of the nastier sinkers in the game. He has a lot of longevity in this game. You know he's going to go out there and throw a lot of innings. To throw a lot of innings, you have to throw a lot of strikes. So the Yankees planned ahead and said when he throws those strikes early in the game, we have to be ready for it. And when you see those first pitch strikes, that's something that Logan Webb always does. He's going to attack the zone early, and he's going to use his sinker a lot. You're seeing him use it almost half the time. The Yankees went in with the game plan. If we get him up in the zone at all, we have to be ready to jump on him early. You see Giancarlo Stanton jumping on him. The guys had a good game plan today, and you really saw the totality of this Yankees offense. These guys can do it without hitting the ball out of the yard, which is a promising sign for Yankees fans out there right now.
Yeah, and once again, attacking Logan Webb, he's a pitcher. You see certain guys who throw super hard, who are throwers and can dominate with their velocity and all that. But Logan Webb, 200 innings every year. So Yankees, that advanced meeting, they're saying, fellas, let's not let him get deep into counts. If we see a ball up over the plate early, we're going to get him. And that's exactly what they did, and that was the difference of this game.
Yeah, you see, to your point, KK, as you're seeing, this is all early. Other than the 0-2 count right there, that's an 0-2 mistake by Logan Webb. But everything else was happening. 1-0, 0-1, 0-0 counts. They came in ready. They're not going to allow Logan Webb to expand the zone on him if he gives you a pitch early, especially here early in the year. When you see a guy normally opening day, that's the worst you're going to see starting pitchers because they naturally get better as the season continues to roll forward. So a guy like Logan Webb, he's going to hone it in. Yep. I'm not worried about Logan Webb moving forward, but today the Yankees had his number.
And anytime you can take away a pitcher's best pitch, and Logan's being the sinker, it's saying, hey, if 0-0, whatever the count is, if you see it, swing. If you see it up, go for it. And Yankees did a great job of that tonight.
Yeah, Yankees had 4 first pitches, so clearly they were aggressive there. Tony V obviously coming over to the college ranks, much cause for celebration, at least for other college coaches trying to fall in those suites. But it felt like KK an easy second guess for his first game. Did he leave Logan Webb in too long in this game?
I think a touch too long. You know, it kind of was out there where that pitch count got up, and then they didn't have anyone warming up. And, you know, right out the chute, first game of the season, these guys are still trying to build up. Looked like a little longer leash than maybe what we expected, but game one, you're trying to learn a lot about a lot of different things.
What stands out to me, when you're watching the game and you're feeling the flow of the game, I understand, especially with Vitello being the first year at the helm, I'm trying to make sure that we're not overanalyzing every single decision that he makes, because you know that he's coming from college, so you're naturally going to want to overanalyze. But as the flow of the game was going, I was shocked that nobody was up in the bullpen. When you see Logan Webb come up in the 5th inning and you see them continuing to stick to the same game plan, get him in trouble, you see his pitch count up in the 80s, you're assuming at that point somebody would at least be warming up. And it's almost like there was a game plan when you came into the game. And at some point, you're always going to have to be able to adapt on the fly. And you have to adapt quickly, because in the big leagues, things change so fast. I think Tony V is going to do a great job. Today, only because it was opening day, I thought that Logan Webb was left in there a little bit too long.
Yeah, the game can speed up pretty quickly. We all know that. Sometimes you have to be a little bit prepared for what could happen, but clearly he thought Logan Webb would be a guy who would have a lot more length in this game. Let's talk further about Max Fried, Kevin. Again, when this guy's rolling like this, you can see why he's an elite pitcher for the New York Yankees.
Yeah, he was pitching with confidence and had that swagger early on, and he was in attack mode. And once again, he limited the hard contact, and the little hard contact was that they had nothing to show for. So good recipe for success for him. And look, I mean, he's a guy too. Like his control is amazing. He can go inside out, and anytime as a hitter when you're off balance and don't know if it's going to be a 96-mile-per-hour fastball or a nasty changeup or a curveball, it makes your decision-making that much harder, and he did exactly what he had to do to navigate around the lineup tonight.
You can see he had some good defense behind him. None of the balls that were hit hard went for hits. But in addition to that, as you see pitchers continue to try to find their way through spring training, you're working on your pitches. And opening day, you would like to be able to use your whole arsenal. Max Fried was able to use his entire arsenal tonight, and I think that is a huge positive for any starting pitcher out there. And when you watch the balance of how he was able to use his pitches, he had his velo going. I think as the season goes along, you'll see the miles per hour jump up, especially on that 4-seam. But to be able to use your 4-seam, cutter, sinker, curveball, part of that is having a lead early in the game. And as a starting pitcher, you feel like you can open up your arsenal a little bit more, because you can just absolutely attack the strike zone because you have the offense on their heels. But Max Fried being able to use his entire arsenal right out the gate was amazing tonight.
Yeah, 4-seamer down a tick from last year, but overall, 4th career opening day start, first for the Yankees, his first time winning an opening day. So he's got to feel great enough for Max Fried. By the way, not always great news. We'll get to Aaron Judge maybe a little bit later on. Up next, Game 1 is in the books for the Giants and the Yankees. But how are we feeling about the next 161 games for these teams? We're diving in. You're watching MLB Tonight, presented by Adobe.
First and second with 3 runs in and still only 1 away. First pitch to Trent Grisham, cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wells around. Plays to third. Throw it, hits another runner. Wow! 5-0 New York.
Love the call from our buddy Matt Vasgersian on Netflix. As far as largest opening day shutouts are concerned, the Yankees are feeling pretty good about themselves. 7-0 at San Francisco. Look in the past, back in '88, 8-0 against the Twins, and 1967 against Washington. All went right for the Yankees, not so much for Tony V in his debut for the Giants.
It's quirky how it worked out for Webby, because a couple of those innings he absolutely rolled. And then again, they seem to have the formula for stacking hits tonight. So that, and then just getting our group out there. And, I don't have the exact answer yet. You're always diagnosing stuff, but maybe we look back as a group and the excitement of being the home team and the hype going into it and kind of a new vibe and things like that. Maybe things were too emotional or too whatever. Whatever it is, you certainly want to make adjustments because we want to perform better and make it a more competitive situation no matter what night it is or who the opponent is.
The first college head coach to go directly to an MLB manager without any previous, excuse me.
You're good.
A little choked up. It is live television. We continue. Sorry about that, guys. All right, opening night jitters. We continue. Sorry about that, guys. When you talk about Tony V, again, see what this is a guy, no previous coaching experience, now gets his chance here with the Giants. Right. I mean, this is a situation where he'll learn as he goes. But what did you make of what happened tonight?
I think what ended up happening tonight was the game caught up just a little bit quick. And this is nothing just with Tony V. This could happen to any manager in the game. It's more about the approach that the Yankees had against the Giants. And when things turn, they turn so fast because when you come into the fifth inning and it's right out the gate, first pitch, hit. It's not even time to allow the inning to settle in a little bit. But I think you need to be able to make that decision ahead of time. This is going to be Webb's last inning either way. So at this point, coming into the inning, most likely maybe what we should do, go ahead and have somebody warming up. I think it's going to change over time. Any new manager, we have 8 new managers in the role this year. So it's going to take some time to have conversations with Logan Webb after the game. What were you thinking here in this spot? Continuing to make decisions as an organization, as Tony V said in the moment, we're going to talk. We're going to make adjustments. I think you're going to have to make adjustments to how you handle the pitching from time to time. And there may be a time that you have to make adjustments to how you have your lineup set up. Because this is all trial and error on the best place to place everybody. Just because we see the lineup with Luis Arraez leading off really stands out to me. I would love to see Luis Arraez a little further down in the lineup, more in a position like we saw him with Team Venezuela, being able to drive in more runs. I don't look at him as a leadoff hitter. I don't know how you look at him.
Yeah, you said that earlier and what he did in the WBC. When guys are on, you want action out there. And anytime someone can put the ball in play like him, and, that helps. But I think tonight, just in general, Giants just got outplayed in all facets of the game. Not how you want to start out your managerial career, but that's baseball. That's going to happen. You got 162 games. Yankees pitch better, hit better, play better defense, and when that happens, you kind of know what the outcome's going to be, and that's what it was tonight.
I was going to say, the good news for Tony V is it's not like, if I'd made this move, we would have won the game. I was like, no, the Yankees clearly were the better team. As far as New York overall, it's interesting because at least to begin the season, they're going to start basically a 4-man rotation, Kevin, because they've got some off days. They can manipulate things a little bit. Carlos Rodon hopefully back around May 1st. Garrett Cole hopefully around June 1st. Clark Schmidt around midseason. What do you make of this Yankees rotation? Can they hold the fort, so to speak? Fried, Schlittler, Weathers, and Warren.
Oh, yeah, they sure can. I mean, watching Schlittler last year and what Ryan Weathers can do, had a great spring. It's beautiful to have the depth that they have. Like I said, you got 3 guys waiting to come back, and can these 4 and Luis Hill in the minor leagues right now, whenever he comes back up and makes a contribution. Anytime you have that many quality starters, that's a great problem to have. You're trying to get everyone up there on the mound every 5th day, but early in the season especially, this is when you need guys to step up and fill the roles of them other guys.
The AL East it was a tough decision coming into this season. Are they going to have the freedom to be able to hold Cole off, to be able to hold Rodon off for a little bit and have more of the Dodger mentality when it comes to let's try to pace these guys out to where we have them at full speed when the postseason comes around. But the only problem that they run into is that the AL East is going to be the toughest division in baseball. So you have to play a fine line on that. When you look at the Precoda projections coming into the season, you have every single team in the East that's projected to have over 80 wins this season. What that tells me is that this is going to be extremely competitive. You see the moves that the Orioles made. The Red Sox, I think, are a lot better than people are giving them credit for. You can never count out the Rays. Kevin Kiermaier can tell you the best about that.
Right.
And the Blue Jays made so many offseason signings. They're continuing to try to push their foot on the gas and make themselves a World Series contender once again. So as long as the Yankees continue playing like they did today, they'll be fine, and you can hold Cole off all the way till June if need be. And Rodon, you can hold him off till May if need be. But if the season switches, at some point you can see the pressure change up a little bit, and you start to feel like, hey, Cole, are you ready? If you're ready in early May, maybe we should go ahead and and get it going right
It's
now.
like the Kentucky Derby. Once you're ready to go, we're going to let this thoroughbred go. It's interesting, though, KK, you know what it's like for Yankees fans. One World Series title in 25 years, haven't won since 2009. You know, last year, okay, you were able to beat the Red Sox, but still disappointing against that Blue Jays team, an AL East rival. Is it championship or bust for this Yankees team?
100%, and I'm sure that's their goal every year. I mean, they have such a big payroll and such a good team, throw out a great roster every year. And New York Yankees expectation, it's World Series. So for them, it'll be very interesting. For me, I'm interested to see how that bottom of the lineup contributes. I mean, you know, Grisham, can he do what he did last year? You know what Judge is going to do. Bellinger, great player. Ben Rice really come into his own. But can Caballero, McMahon, Austin Wells, can they contribute the way they did tonight and turn that lineup up over to the big boys up top? And if they do that and they pitch the way they're capable of, they're going to have a lot of fun this year.
The expectations never change for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Every single season, you're never playing with house money. It's always the expectation of we have to go out there and win the World Series. What changed it a little bit, a couple years ago, you make it to the World Series. You're right there. You feel like you had it in the bag, and then you don't make it the next year. This year, you have the same team in place, arguably better, so the expectation is we need to go out here and make this thing happen. The only way it's going to happen is the guys that you're talking about have to be able to have a continuation of the years that they had past seasons. The one who stands out to me, Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham, there was a lot of conversation about him receiving the qualifying offer. I'm a full believer in what Trent Grisham's going to do this season for the Yankees. I understand what his past has looked like as a player and his time with the Padres, everywhere else that he had been before, but I believe he's made the adjustment. He's a guy who's always known, had really good awareness of the strike zone. He knows where his bat's going. He understands. He changed his approach a little bit to Yankee Stadium, and it really fits the stadium better than anybody else that I've seen out there. And watching him in today's game, he was able to get a hit, had the triple out there to right center in San Francisco. Yep. I think this is going to translate really well to the Yankees. This was not a fluke, in my opinion. I think this is who Trent Grisham is moving forward.
Only disappointment for the Yankees. Aaron Judge strikes out four times, but the Yankees' record when he strikes out 4 times, they're actually 9-6. So you know,
hey, it's always one. It's always one. You always have the game where it seems like it's a hit party for everybody, and for some reason, I'm the one sitting here.
That's why you can never be a hitting coach. You know what I mean? Everybody gets except for this one guy. I'll go talk to somebody else. All right. Good stuff there from the Yankees. When we come back here, Scooble, Skeens, opening day.
you.